Okay, maybe I've got it figured out. Hello, 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 anybody home? Can you hear me? How would I know? Because there's nobody here to tell me that they can't hear me. That's how I like it. Nobody can correct me. Moo! I almost did a bad moo ha 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 ha. That's a hack thing to do unless you do a really, really funny one. So hi kids. Lots of new stuff today. Oh wow. That artwork is rectangular. Huh. I've got new digital artwork. Oh, haha. For you to gab at? Point your eyeballs at. Let's see if texting works. It is my deal. And it looks as though it is the case. Need to get... There we go. Now I can see what's happening. And text is stretched really wide there. I suppose I can fix that, can't I? Ah, that's the thing I was looking for. Not this. No, that's not it either. Okay, anyway, hi, I'm Keith. I should probably introduce myself sooner than that, shouldn't I? Of course, if you're here, you probably know who I am. Haven't had many new people drop by. Had one person I've never met online or off who's come by twice from the lovely land of New Mexico, which is great stuff. Well, alrighty. Hey, so if you'll look to the direction my eyes are pointing, that way, can't get my finger on camera. I know you could if you had a rectangle. Anyway, got some more new artwork there. And on this screen, I can go one at a time. Yes, I've learned some things. These are, without exception, works I have made on by digital means. I think one might have started from physical sketch that I took a picture of, and there might be a couple others where photos that I took figured in, but gee, I wonder, he's got this theme about pentagons, and they always seem to be pointing in the same direction. And look, that septagon is kind of pointing in the same direction. On the left side, the two little blobs line up. And on the right side, there's one by itself that's kind of pointing to the right. What is going on here? That's how I do. I like odd number polygons, and I like rectangles for one thing. And I do like these odd number polygons to point that way. There's a long story and a bunch of short stories behind all that. One of the short ones is, if you walk into a gallery and there's one of these artworks pointing to the right, but you're for some reason just taking your eyes off your phone and you're seeing the reflection of it on the shiny floor of the art gallery, it basically looks right. That was not a great one to stop on. This has got some nice detail. I didn't think I'd included that one. I'm not that fond of that one. Got several in this line. You will see several that, like this one and a couple ago, that are the same or very similar. I am trying to make short videos that each artwork sort of melts into the next one. Sort of, what's the word, morph or fade, but I'm going to have a sugar-free mint because my stupid cottonmouth, because of the prescription medicines I take. Hundreds a month. Okay. I wish I could kind of live say, get rid of that one. But they're not going to make it that friendly. I got to dig into a Windows folder. That one's kind of blurry. That may be a low res. Yeah, see how that's a lot more clear? I don't know if I can go back to the last one. Well, I can't get. I have them set to go random order, I think. A lot of these, well, they're accomplished in a lot of different ways. But one thing that I've been doing a lot of in recent years, couple of years, is I've taken artwork of mine, including that logo there, which you've probably already seen, and I feed it through some nested filters that apply various fractal, hate to say the word algorithms, fractal, what is the word? I can't think what word I'm looking for. Anyway, they apply fractals and other transformations, and I can tweak those and stack them, and so what's only been available to me, I just realized that looks like a 70s freak out, like the Fabulous Fury Freak Brothers. Anybody remember them? Somebody comment in the VOD comments if you remember the Fabulous Fury Freak Brothers or Plot Magazine or any of those. I dug that artwork of that period. I didn't intend for this to look so much like that, but I wish I could. I can't get a cursor on the screen, but it looks like two eyes kind of at a diagonal and a nose coming out in the mouth. Except I leaned the wrong way. And so, well, and there he is again. I think when it comes up like that, it's an artifact of the random order. A few of them go off the screen, but that's just so I didn't have to make my camera too small. Anyway, we can take breaks and moments and go look at some of these, but you're never going to believe it. There's actually some artwork in the offing. A couple of show and tells first. This, wow, is so close that you can't see it. And gee, and I made this about 10 years ago. So I've been making trees. I've been drawing trees since I was a little kid. I mean, a little kid. All right, there we go. Now, can you tell that this isn't flat? I mean, you can see that it's in relief. The tree is raised. Wow, that's hard to move. I guess I begin to see why people have their cameras mirrored. I still don't like it. Film with it mirrored and then flop it and before you put it up. Anyway, I shaped this, which by the way is that other kind of clay, the oh, I never can think of the name, and I'm looking at the box right now. It's like what you make cellu clay. It's what you make paper out of, and some binders mixed in. This was an idea just to see kind of what happens to it optically as you see it from different angles. I formed the contact lens shape, this shallow dish, on a large playground ball, I think. I generally have spherical objects around aplenty. Spherical and dodecahedral. That's not loud when I do it. And I also hope this camera doesn't crap out of me. I don't work at Medical City Health, but I once rode an ambulance there with my shirt left at home. So they gave me that to wear and said I could take it home because, ew, it had touched my nasty man titties. Oh, I've shown this before. This is a mixture of 2-part epoxy sculpt and celluclay, because I was hoping to get 3-dimensional negative space. This is just epoxy sculpt in black. I made that on screen recently. Nothing terribly special about that, but the clay was going south on me. The idea is to take a clay that I can dissolve and mix it with a clay that won't dissolve, so that I can get all the dissolvable one out and leave behind kind of the bones of whatever shape I make. And I've been testing this theory for a long time, including this from more than 10 years ago, as a tetrahedron, a four-sided dice, four-sided regular polyhedron. And here's one I did more recently. It still has some of the ceramic clay, and part of it broke off. I'm Tom Brokaw. Ooh, too close. Like I say, this still has some of the clay in it. I haven't dissolved all that out. I did that very rough, and some of it got incredibly small. You can see by the size of my fingernail with that. It gets fragile at that size. I'm going to try to make some more today. I have ceramic clay here that should be pretty well conditioned, but I have to make the epoxy sculpt to order, because even though this stuff sticks around longer, it what am I trying to say? it doesn't set up as fast. It still sets up in about 30 minutes. So if you set it up, if you start making it too soon, you've got to do something with it because it's about to be a permanently solid object. Here's the stuff. Been looking for it for more than a year, not more than 2 years. AV's brand Fix It. When I was making the first stuff, I was using a different AV's product. I keep remembering now I've got a second view over there for a little zoomed out. Hopefully that will help, I don't know, clear up what the heck's happening on screen and not. So it just comes in two parts, two pots, 2 parts and 2 pots, and 2 Pak Shakur. No, doesn't do that. Let me find a good scoopy device. Scoopy device. How's everybody doing? If you drop by and want to say hello, I'd appreciate it. Even if you don't want to talk a long time. I was a very talkative Lyft driver, I admit it. And I'm not happy with Lyft for many years now, but so yeah, I'm a talkative Lyft driver. But if you just want to shut the hell up and get to your destination, come on in. You can mention that you're working and I'll know you're here and thank you personally. Get to thank them personally. Well, I need something rigid and none too precious. I suppose I can use the back of this spoon to start digging this out, because this stuff, oh wow, dang it, this is on such a short, this is not, I guess in the small view you can see me, see what I'm doing. And I can see my stream a lot better now. I'm very slowly learning some things that will make me never good at this, but better. There's what am I trying to say? Ice cream truck crawling through the apartment complex. It's not even that hot. Okay then. Wow. I wish I could customize my smart speakers wake up thing, because I don't want to wake everybody else's up. Not that most people probably use the Google version like I do. Alright, this is part B. And for some reason it's very brown on the outside of it, but mostly kind of this gray. I don't know this for an absolute fact, but I'm pretty damn sure that they just take 2-part epoxy, they put part A with some white powder, I think probably cornstarch, and they put part B with some white powder, I think probably cornstarch, and they will stay like this putty for years. Literally, they have in the pots. They can get a little dry and crusty, which this is. I'm going to put a little rubbing alcohol because that's supposed to soften it up a little bit. The other one's already kind of loose, but this one is got crusties. And yes, I'm making a rather silly mess. Fortunately, I don't have any. Oh, I'm supposed to be wearing gloves. I say supposed to be. Nobody's absolutely said you have to, but it is greatly suggested. Not because you're going to glue your hands together. You won't. But, hell, I don't even have much trouble with what's that other kind of glue? I can't think of that. Well, super glue. Blanking on the word. Not, should I? What's that? What am I seeing on the camera? I still do not know. That is so weird. Oh, okay. That's the other camera. And this and that camera that's close up.
Philip Patterson.
Your punishment for not knowing my streaming schedule is that you're on the air with thoughtstorms.
Exploding pagers?
Do you know the phrase that pays?
Did you see that?
No. See what?
Israeli Defense Force was behind a thing where a bunch of pagers that were recently bought by Lebanese operatives, I guess. They all exploded at once. Killed a few people.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
Man, it sounded at first like it was, almost more like a prank. I didn't think it was.
Yes.
No, I've been just getting ready to and starting streaming and mixing up clay. I didn't hear about that.
Anyway, it's crazy. But, anyway, I'll let you go.
Sure, make me be alone on my stream since nobody's chatting.
That's right.
Fine, be that way.
All right, bye.
Bye. Everybody say bye to Philip. Bye, Philip. Okay. So apparently, there are some exploding pagers in the news. Boy, this is kind of a large amount. But what I found when I worked too small was that they kind of fell apart. This is roughly by vision equal amounts. Good idea to keep the pots well sealed, although, like I say, until it is introduced to its other half. Oh wow! I'm making something large today. There's nothing to start it to kick or set or cure. These are the words for resins, polymers and things. Most YouTubers, and I'm not mad at them, but anyway, they'll say you gotta wait for this to dry. And oh, that didn't dry yet. It's not about being dry in these cases. This stuff can get dry. Yeah, this stuff here. Oh. All right, I gotta work this rather vigorously, especially with the large amount. Because you need, it may not look terribly stripy, except that one spot, but it needs to become uniform. Tango Alpha. UT Arlington, I don't know why I did that. T Alpha, that. Anyway, let's think about things while I'm doing things with my hand. That's weird. I have a large number of these And if you are someone who takes Manjaro or other Lily products in these kind of dispenser things, and you feel like holding some of these back for me, I plan to assemble a bunch of them into sculptural collage. Oof. My forearms are still not in shape for this. Another thing I've seen a lot of people do is do a real kind of aggressive twist around, which makes sense. Now it's soft enough I can do that more easily. So, yikes. And I thought we would watch a very, very old cartoon. I think it's even in the public domain, but I thought we would watch a short black and white Oswald the Rabbit cartoon at some point as a palate cleanser. Goodness. I've got a pasta roller. In fact, I've got my eyes pointed at it right now, but I don't yet know how to keep this from bonding to it. I mean, I guess baby powder or cornstarch might kind of keep it. Either that or Pam or other brand food grade oil spray, because I don't want to gum up my pasta maker. It wasn't expensive, but I can't afford to replace anything at all. I think when I pull these now, I'm not seeing light gray chunks. So to me, that tells me it's pretty decently mixed. So I'm going to take a smaller amount. This is the idea anyway. Smaller amount of this because I need there to still be some heft of this black stuff, so that it doesn't want to break as I am removing the water-soluble ceramic clay. It's much easier to see with the black and white. Black and light gray. Dark gray and light gray, if I'm being really accurate. I don't want to do too much of that because, once again, stretch that too thin and it's not going to want to hang around. The idea was to make one of these shapes, and then I could, before removing the removable part, I could sand it, carve it and sand it into a cool shape, geometric shape. I am turned on by geometry. I always have been. I have my autistic fascinations, and sometimes the language almost gets not pornographic, but to me, you know, a pentagonal dodecahedron is kind of sexy. There's something really cool to it. It's not. I don't want to JD Vance it. Oh, I can't. I made a JD Vance crack. I can't believe it. That didn't happen. He didn't write that. That was a lie told by somebody whose politics I probably hate less. So I don't feel good about trucking with that. I need something solid. Who is it? I've got way too much. I'm gonna put some more black in here. Cram it into the areas where it's mostly the white ceramic. Once again, I have been seeing that some of my video on demand videos are getting looked at, and that's sort of cool. Oh dear, some of this is kind of thoroughly marbled and cool. Some of this is the other kind of thing. It could be pretty hard to pull it out now. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think I'm gonna do so because it's. I think I'll just do kind of a real small, quick and dirty with this. Since it's already mixed up. I've got to use this black stuff before a half hour's gone. It was handy that I first tried this stuff on my stream because I could use the time on the stream to tell how long it was before it was starting to really kind of fight me and set up. See, it's already a little better. Oh, I've got some other shapes that I've made, some of which have been soaking. I'll try to bring some more of those out. Right here you kind of got a planet looking thing, black and white planet. That must be where the Star Trek aliens that are black on one side and white on the other. That must be what that planet is. I just found another one of these. Ah, okay. This one didn't get soaked though. I have to try to make sure that gets soaking, and it barely has any black in it, so I don't think it's gonna turn to much. Alright. This is getting stiff. Oh, surely that's not what she said. I'm going to put just some rubbing alcohol. Wake up the epoxy sculpt. There's some really cool random stuff happening. Even if this stuff never comes out, I think some of this is really cool. I always did like mixing the Play-Doh colors together. Even when I was a little punk kid. I was a little punk kid. There were a few excellent times. All right. If anybody does come in and start chatting, please don't get mad at me if I don't speak up. I I have a way of seeing, but I have to look at it, and since there's not been anybody for about 2 weeks now, well, there's been a few people, very few. I just don't have quite that much. In fact, yeah. I want to do just a little, very thin snake of this to see what the fragility factor is. I'm getting it all dirty with the ceramic. That's right there, if it'll not get interfered with. Although it probably will. Alright. I'm going to try the aggressive twist strategy this time, more than the fold and roll. The fold and roll is a little bit like what they do to make ramen noodles or other kinds of pasta. Whereas this is how you make pandas out of. Alright, let's get another decent twist going. No big contiguous areas of one color. I don't want apartheid. I want melding pot. Alright, that's already a little better. Now, one thing I'd like to do with this stuff once I know how to make it look cool with the negative space removed, I want to make pentagonal dodecahedrons of it, just the corners, and so I want to make basically kind of a rounded. Can you see? Not quite, can you? To go left, you have to go right. All right. Kind of a curved line there, a wavy line or something, and then this will be the corner of one of these shapes, and I will make 30 of them over time. And then I can assemble it into kind of a skeletal dodecahedron. So now what I want to try to do is press this into the shape whilst I still can. Where is my... I don't know where my big ball stylus is. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's not surprising. Let me get these. Well, wasn't planning on trying this part already. Yeah. Playing with toys. But I'm playing with toys in front of the entire World Wide Web. So that makes it slightly less weird and disgusting. Yeah. I can see problems with making that work. That's a good song. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue sky. It's another song that I like, even though I don't like sunny, hot skies. I like, or weather. I like overcast and relaxed, and your eyes aren't going, ah, you hurt me, son, I hate you. Okay, well, here's a very kind of half-arsed, but I think as a proof of concept, that's not too bad. I want to see if I can get it to conform a little better. Just pushing. Yeah, I'm just pushing it in here. So I gotta hold the other parts. I put mold release on these. Plus, I can just make a better point. Oh, god damn it! Let me see if I can. Reactivate the camera. Thanks, OBS. You're not annoying at all. Don't ever let anyone convince you that you're as annoying as a piece of big old annoyingness. I'm keeping my language a little bit clean on stream. Now, I do have a lot of these, this assembly toy. Got a huge stack of them. Must have been 2 boxes full for $2 at Goodwill or Good Buys. No. Buy for Good. I think that's the one. Kind of my local charity shop. I like them rather well. They have some fun stuff. Alright, so that's the sloppy, it's the sloppy stuff. I've got to put the clay up, so I'm going to put you back on where you can see some of the artwork go by. And I'll be right back after these messages. We'll be right back. Oh, you didn't need to do that. But you did. But you did. And I don't thank you. Oh. washing the crap off my hands. Getting some more water into the clay so it doesn't dry up. I am back, but you can't see me yet. One of these days I'll be able to hit a number key and come back onto the stream. I've used the epoxy sculpt to kind of bond them together inside of a hemispherical mold. Here. Large version of it, large part of it is in the other room. And I'm just testing the waters. I'm testing how you can glue shiny plastic to shiny plastic. This isn't even shiny, although this stuff is. Without sanding, which makes an increased number of microplastics for the environment, or torching, really quickly torching, which doesn't take nearly as long or as much work. Still not that desirable. So, I'm still figuring out ways to work around that. I'm probably going to have to torch. I don't know. Some of it sticks together really well, so I gotta figure that out. But I think these shapes are amazing. They're not quite a rouleau triangle. A rouleau triangle, if you roll it on a table like a Pepto-Bismol bottle, your hand won't bounce up and down. Oh, I can't get wider angle lens so bad. Anyway, these aren't quite a rouleau triangle, but they're a rounded triangle. And there's no, what do you call, it's got round stuff, but not really any rectangles to speak of. And I just think these, I thought, thrusters for a spaceship, or the zap end of a zap gun, a ray gun. This part's kind of cool too. So if you have any of these and you're just tossing them away, they're just going into a landfill. And I'm wanting to figure out ways to upcycle them. So I am now going to test the theory with these pruning shears, and I think I'm finding out that no is the answer. Getting a decent grip. Get the grip of yourself. If there's a whole class of tools that you can use to cut like PVC pipe, and I need to get one of those because I need to be able to do, literally dozens of these in a short period of time. Yeah, I'm not sure what about that. I have taken one of these apart and it took some real doing. But instead of assembling them together inside of a hemisphere like I did with the keycaps, the idea is dollar store Chinese paper lanterns. Probably isn't Chinese. Oh, maybe it is. Made in China. There. State of California doesn't want me anywhere near this. Anyway, I think these are cool looking, and if I can assemble this and then kind of poke these in, maybe go in each direction. I don't know. I'll do some sketching and some idea sleuthing around. But if you know anybody that takes Manjaro or really honestly just other, I also take Atlantis, what do you call my diabetes, and these are sort of cool. They're not as cool, but I have hundreds of them, and therefore artwork that can be made by assembling otherwise junk might happen with that. Okay, then the show and tell is working on at the moment with my mini web cameras. So oh, let's take a look at that. If I've got it set up correctly, testing 1, 2, 3, I can still be heard. Now you'll be able to hear the video. I've got it quiet. This is just Oswald the Rabbit, and it's not very long. Oh, I gotta find the right thing. It's not a talkie anyway, but anybody play Cuphead? Oh, didn't realize that my camera is also being obscured. There we go. Anybody play Cuphead? I've only watched some playthroughs. I can't justify spending money on video games and really even time. I mean, I've got more time than most people you've ever met, but I am trying to accomplish some other things. But if there was a game out there I wanted to play, Cuphead is it. The animation and stuff they did for that is just beautiful. I mean, lyrically beautiful. I haven't even been looking at this cartoon. I like Oswald. It's a weird old story how Oswald basically became Mickey. What a inside baseball chicanery. I can't read that. Box lunches, maybe? She looks like Felix the cat. There are psychologists that say that Mickey took off where Felix didn't because Felix was pointy. Looks like if you hugged him, he would stab you. Whereas Mickey would just feel like balloons. Oh dear. Oh boy. I don't know how well you can see that, but that was just a little bit suggestive. Yeah, box lunches is what it said. Oh Lord. I got a friend with a dog that's skinny. And I've got dogs with friends with dogs that skinny. Let's see here. We're all having our lunch. Woo! She is thirsty. She's putting in the moves. I guess it would make sense for my camera to be on the other side with the way I'm looking at the monitor. That way it will visually look like I'm looking at the video. I like to put some of these on and put better modern music. Although I gotta say, some of the silent movies you can find on YouTube, the music we put on them are kind of cool. I kind of enjoy them in a way. Some of them, I think, like this one, probably that was the original recording that shipped with the movie. But I have been known to not only be wrong, but to lie about not knowing that I'm wrong about not lying about wrong being. You, I'm gonna beat the living crap out of you. Hey! Always kind of disturbing when they roll up their skin to show human skin underneath. Maybe that does it for the furry. I don't want to. I'm not tarring all furries as being part of their kink. Some people have that kink, is what I was trying to think of. And there's a term that is more specific, and I can't think of it. Oh! This hat just seems more appropriate. Oswald. And then he shot Kennedy. If you sing, you lose. Disney edition. I've got a... Yeah, I don't want to stay on that. Ooh. Let's talk. There we go. I've already done Wind Taken. I don't think that's any good on stream. Maybe if somebody's on and they vote for it or something, but otherwise I don't think I'm gonna go back to doing that. Boy, it gets hot in a hurry. It's not that hot in Texas right now. Hey Google, what is the current temperature?
Currently in Bedford, it's 90 degrees.
90? Well, it's creeping back up. Let's see what else. I feel like there was something else. Oh. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Global. I think that's quite a bit better on stream than some of these other things. Let's see, is it gonna continue to work? I don't know, is it? Yes. Still got the obscuring clouds, but that's all right. I think for the sake of it, I won't do Singapore this time. I'll do the Vatican, for the same reason. This is just the countries, but they also do it with capitals, and Vatican City, Singapore, some other ones you can use them for either one. 1,500 miles from Vatican City. I don't know anything else. I can't even see it on this globe. I know it's somewhere in there. Now I'm gonna find, oh dear, Trodden Monsieur's bucket. Okay. Maps.google.com. Vatican City. Vatican City. It let me do it. I can't believe it. I cannot, do not, will not believe it. Okay. Alrighty. You're not seeing this, are you? What are you seeing? Can't tell what you're seeing, dang it. Uh-oh. Looks like I may have gone off the stream. Let's see. Am I still streaming? I am still streaming. Now I should be able to continue to see what you see. Great. All right. So now I've got Google Maps over here. 1,500 miles from Vatican City. Measure distance. Oh, don't do that. Okay. That was only 400, so that's pretty terrible. Clear measurement. Measure distance. I finally figured out how to do it on the computer. It's a lot easier on my phone. Anybody still here? Anybody ever was? I don't think that anybody ever was. But maybe before I die they will be. It's only 781 miles to Spain. Distance. How about Denmark? Distance to here. Nope. That's only about 1,000. La ba 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 ba. Clear measurement. Boy, I've got the most boring thing in the world on your screen, don't I? I don't know how to fix that. I'll have to figure that out. Measure distance. I'm only going to do the what do you call country version. Finland's not going to be far enough. I need to go another way. Boy, I don't like the way how sluggish Google Maps is being. I don't like that a lot. Okay, distance to here. Huh. Way too far. La. Clear measurement. Measure distance. Zoom way the hell out. What about kind of Central Africa? In fact, let's try Central African Republic. Distance to here. 22, that's a little better. Well, I will figure out how to get this happening on screen. Although, of course, maybe someone doesn't want this spoiled for them. If so, turn the page. Too close. Okay, that's not actually bad, but I can't. I have to learn how to work this better. So much easier on the phone. So many things I say that about. So many nights I sleep in your window. Oh yeah, it was Central African Republic. No, I must have moved it to Mali. I'm gonna try Mali over here. Hey, I'm back on your screen now. Oh, except I'm not. Dang it! This is so much more complicated than you would think. Alright, now I am. M-A-L-Y. Not Y. It's warmer. 1200 from Mali. Okay. Still can't. Oh crap. Don't seem to be on Twitch. Where my glasses gone? Tell you what, if this is as messed up as I think it is. No, there it is. Good. So what I say, 1205 from Mali. Clear measurement. Measure distance. Ooh. My fingerprints just started itching like crazy. How about Mozambique? I'll play this more like a human would play it. Oh, it's cooler, so. What about Norway? Even cooler. Mozambique is closer than Vatican or Norway, but not closer than Mali. Now you can click on this and it'll pull that part of your map back up. Ethiopia? It's gonna be too close. Adjacent to the answer. Well, what that makes me think is Somalia. Somali, not Spamalia. Somalia. Cooler, so it's the other direction. It could be Djibouti, Eritrea, South Sudan, Sudan, or Kenya. Except no, it can't be Kenya. Kenya and Somalia are. I'm gonna try Eritrea. I don't think I spelled that right. It's also adjacent to the answer. So it's Djibouti, I think. D-J-B-O-U-T-I, I think. Yes, I meant Djibouti. Is that not what I typed? Cooler. Oh. It's Sudan. Sudanly, the wheels are in motion. I'm ready to sail every ocean. Let me see if I can get back into some sort of oh wow, that's odd. Okay, well, I guess we can maybe flip through some of these digital artworks real quick. I don't usually let the contrast get that low. I'm not in love with it. I also like saturated colors, you can tell. And in fact, very primary colors. I'm a basic beige. Really happy with the colors on that one. That one took a lot of work, and then there's all kinds of iterations of it, and at some point I've got to decide which one to do to make into an actual print that can hang somewhere. This makes me think of something. I'm going to show some more show and tell. So I live in a metroplex area, metropolitan area, between Dallas and Fort Worth. So there's a lot of various kinds of companies around. There's a few around that I can work with to make what I'm going to show you now. Not that. That's the inside. Oh, wang. Have a lot of light on it. I'll bring it closer. In fact, I'll get it on the hand cam view. La 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 la. What is it? That's not it. Not it. There it is. Okay. That's just the zoomed out mic. And I've got the... Alright, let's deal with that real quick. I think I just called it a mic. Video real quick. Some more brightness on. Oh, too much. Way too much. Come on now. It's like watching YouTube on my projector in my bedroom. It's a little too bright, and so a lot of stuff gets really washed out. So this is not a map, an actual map footage of any kind. It's some fine art that I made on on Photoshop many years ago. And I managed to get it printed and stretched across this convex acrylic plastic dome. And it hangs on the wall, and I love it a lot. There's much more I can do with it. I'm going to go back onto my face camera. Because basically any of these images you see, I can do this with this. And I've got many of these translucent, which by the way I can, if you put a bright enough light behind it, it will glow. I don't have a strong lamp handy. I have a whole collection of these things. There's a different kind that's got kind of a groove on it. And so I can not only move away from rectangles, I can move away from flat artwork. And as someone who's considered himself a sculptor since he was a kid, that's pretty cool. So, if anybody magically pops in and watches this video on demand, they'll know about some more of my explorations. I have been making art in my head exclusively, almost exclusively, for just a decade now. If you don't count the digital stuff, and I do count the digital stuff, I do. People used to say, why do you make art with Photoshop? Well, it's a studio I can afford the rent on. I've already paid the rent on. Here's my answer to that. Looking for that earlier. I think if I know anything else in particular, it's hour and 20 since I started. Have not seen any chatters, but who knows? Somebody might be lurking. Weirder things have happened on Star Trek. Oh, goodness. We looked at a little cartoon. Showed you a lot of the artwork. I may pick back up this thermoplastic using a wood burner tool to I had some more of these marbly things soaking. That's what it was. Maybe just so you can see them in progress if you bother to flip through. And by the way, if you go to the video on demand, please feel free to skip forward. It's nothing, you know, you're not going to miss a golden gem of any kind I can think of. Oh, shoot. Dang. All right. Art demo, yes. Yes. Except, no. Well, that's too. Okay, what's happening? I bet I just broke that damn camera. Yep. There he is. There's one that just looks like a big wedge of cheese. In fact, if you know cheese out there, tell me what kind that looks like. There's a British cheese that there's a lot that's appeared in some Britcoms. Like Yes Chef. Okay, here's one of these. Where did my toothbrush go? There you are. Let me see what I can toothbrush. Yeah, it's not gonna come clean or anything, but you can see a lot more negative space forming. Of course, the light is too bright. And when I dim the light on this camera, it tends to go kerflunk. There's another one of those test trahedrons. No, I'll save it for last. Another test trahedron. There it is. Main reason I'm doing tetrahedrons, they're easy to make, easy to make at scale. Oh, that's thermoplastic. I don't know why it's being soaked. Just because it is. That's why. Another. This one shows a little promise. And in fact, okay, can I get this on camera? I doubt it. See, this vein here is water-soluble ceramic clay, and this is two-part epoxy sculpt. And that doesn't seem to be up here in this crotch here. Boy, it's hard to turn things to camera. Unrealistic. All those decades I ran camera in television stations, and didn't know that being the one on camera would be this difficult. Well, I've managed to get some of this coming loose. So, hopefully next time you see this, it will be much. Uh-oh. I've got a ball stylus stuck. There we go. I'm kind of, well, yeah, I've got a dental pick here. Sorry to use the word dental. Fuckers. There's a newish one, and you can't even tell where the streaks are. Wow. This may not turn into anything because I may have marbled it too much. It may... I don't know. I hope to put these in a hypersonic... It's not. Sonic... Sonic cleaner. It's what watchmakers use to clean their watch parts and stuff. Sonic, ultrasonic cleaner. I think it is ultrasonic. I don't know. Anyway. So, it is rather obvious that these streams are completely unscripted. A lot of assembly in that one. Trying to step away from just kaleidoscope imagery. I like what you can do with kaleidoscope imagery, but I like even better how this can be a left-handed circle and a left-handed spiral, left-handed spiral, left-handed spiral, also known as radial symmetry. Yeah, that one is out of focus. I need to find and destroy. Someone pointed out with one of my videos, one of my shorts, that don't show this to people with trypophobia. Trypophobia? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, or spell it, or think about it. No, kidding. Similar holes close to other similar holes can trigger some things, and I apologize if I've triggered anyone. This is going to be a problem for me because I honestly do believe that I am the opposite. I think I am a trypophile. I am powerfully drawn to images with holes and I like the fact you can see through this art. The background moving by, I slowed it down so not to be too distracting. And something happened with the alpha channel on that one. It's weird. Almost looks like it's got a letter on there. Something went wrong. I love the way that ended up assembling. You make these individual bits, and then you make more individual bits, and then you instruct it how you want them to pull them together, and when they pull together nicely, it's a good feeling. I've always drawn trees. Boing. And I'm doing a video where these trees will sort of, I don't know, fade from one to the next to kind of indicate an entire planet-sized forest, you know, one at a time. Is that the one I think I did comment on that one earlier. This one's, I don't know. I spent more time on those reflections, those, I can't think what you call it, reflections of a light on those domes. That one's quite out of the ordinary for me. Slightly square and therefore not displayed squarely. And then you try something and you make 18 changes, and you try something else and you make 18 changes, and better, worse, better, much worse. Also not supposed to be square. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Ooh. I am having some allergy interest of late. That's a different treatment on that one than I have ever done. Or, you know, I guess maybe I've done it once or twice, but very unusual. Anyway, we don't have to go through these. I'm about ready to call it a day at hour and a half. We looked at a lot of things, didn't we, boys and girls? I gotta get a water here. I love pasta with vodka sauce. It didn't used to hate me, but now it hates me. Good thing my store brand Pepto-Bismol, Kroger, I'm looking for a sponsor. I talk good shit about Kroger all the damn time. All around the place. So of course I can't find something with which to prove it. There it is. Give you all a secret, especially if you're lactose intolerant and sucrose intolerant like me, and also not money infested. This stuff right here, Kroger brand Deluxe Churned Light Ice Cream. It is no sugar added, and it is lactose free. There's about 5-6 flavors that they do that. And the chocolate is stunningly good. It's so good. It is my only reliable. If I'm going into my kitchen and I'm the least bit excited, it's to get some damn chocolate ice cream. Oh, the amazing thing is, and I got a bone to pick with Kroger about it, sort of. It costs the same as the kind with sugar and lactose. And I mean, it's store brand. It's not. We're not talking about Bluebell ice cream prices. We're talking about store brand. It's up to about $3 a half gallon. The other day I got them for $2 for a half pound. I mean, I stocked up like crazy. The bone I have to pick is store brown. I should turn off desktop audio in case something. Store brand lactose-free milk is almost 3 times the price per weight than store brand milk. I didn't plunder small villages to become lactose intolerant. I really didn't do anything wrong. I don't really think we should be punished for our lactose intolerance. And the fact that I kind of hate to bring it up with them, so they're going to say, oh yeah, you're right, we should be charging 3 times as much for that ice cream that you're living off of. Now, my oldest brother pointed out that ice cream is, I don't know, there's a large percentage of it is air because it's whipped up, and that's one of the things that makes it taste good and mouthfeel and soft and all that. So it might be that the margins are just really different. And I mean, I guess they would have to be, but I feel like, well, this story's old and meaningless now. Oreos doesn't make sugar-free Oreos anymore. They did for a while, and I forget what the markup was, but I think it was more than 3. I think it was like just shy of 4 times the price per ounce. And I ended up talking to somebody on the phone. They actually called me back and talked about market forces, and there's not a demand, and if you charge less for this, there would be more people buying it. It's a guilty pleasure, but some of us are diabetic. I'm type 2 diabetic, but there's also the type 1 kind, and it doesn't matter. We should be allowed to live. Finally made my coup de grace, and I said, well, let me ask you something. If you and I were in a Albertsons grocery store right now, standing in front of Coca-Cola and Diet Coke, and a 2-liter of Diet Coke is $2, how much is a 2-liter of Diet Coke? Then shut up. I didn't say that. I thought it as loud as I possibly could. Boy, I'm all over the map here. And I think I said I was going to call it a stream about 10 minutes ago. Oh, well. I can't go raid anybody because I don't think there's anyone on here with me. I can try it. I tell you what, YouTube, this doesn't really involve you directly. Although if you are watching on YouTube, see if you can come with me on my raid, and I will see if I can find and just try stepping through the steps of raiding somebody, because I would like to know how to do it on the occasion that I actually have people to bring with me. Good Lord, the nose is suddenly killing. Oh Lord, one is just about dead. That's not great. Okay, let's find somebody to love. Find me somebody to love. VC Archives. VC Archives. Let's try them. Oh dear. Come on. Let's try this. Raid. BCR. They get it to some fun stuff here on BC Archives. Ready to raid in 9 seconds. We'll see if I raid somebody. Thanks for coming. If you came to see me or if you looked at the VOD. Bye. I think I just raided somebody. Let's see. It says I haven't stopped streaming.